Hello everybody and welcome to Rookie Mistakes. I'm going to be going over 10 or so common rookie mistakes that I think a lot of newer players make in this game, and with good reason. It's not intuitive, it's a very complicated game, and there's a lot of experienced players out there in the community that can help you out, and I'm just trying to share from my experience. I've played this game for years, and I've also started a new account more recently, so hope that these lessons might help you along your way playing this very complicated but very rewarding game. In the first rookie mistake, and I'm not trying to go in any particular order, this isn't a straight up ranking, but this is the first thing that comes to mind. The first biggest rookie mistake is not prioritizing Fleet Arena right away. Fleet Arena has the most disproportionate rewards in the game, where every single day you can get up to 400 crystals. Now, it's very difficult if you start a new account, if you're truly free to play, not buying Hyperdrive, not buying Lightspeed, not buying anything. It's going to take a while. However, it is possible. I got rank 1 today in this fleet shard. This fleet shard's about 8 months old. Profundities, we got executors, we got endgame fleets, and tons of 7-star negotiators that just bought them through the bundle. I'm like one of the only non-7-star negotiator in this shard. I'm at 12 right now, but I climb to 1 or 2 every day. Depends if I have time or if I, run out of battle. If I run out of battles at 2, I'm not going to spend a refresh to get to 1. But you need to work on your fleet, and you don't have to only think about the land game as far as what your team is looking like. So, for example, my Galactic Republic fleet, which I've used since the beginning, I've used them in some form of function. 5s, the clone doesn't fit into any normal squad I'm working on, but I just got him anyway. He was just for the fleet. Same thing with Plo Koon. I don't really use him, but he's useful for the fleet. He's got a great reinforcement ability. Anakin and Ahsoka, they were not much of a sacrifice at all. They're good. They fit under just a Jedi team, a Galactic Republic team. They're great. Mace Windu, same thing. But you need to farm the fleet just to have the fleet. And I got Kylo Ren and Master early because I needed a 5-star dark side ship for my fleet challenges. So it's mainly about for Fleet Arena. Don't think that the character has to fit into a particular squad if they're going to go into an awesome fleet, because the fleet is more important than any squad you have. Rookie mistake number 2 is hearing about an endgame goal target you want and then just being really too focused on that. For example, this is the Leia Organa journey guide requirements to unlock her that as a Galactic Legend. This is a lot of characters. They all need relics. I am 8 months in, and then look at my roster now. I have 7 characters at relic. Not even close to what I'm going to need for this. However, if I only focused on this, I would have, maybe half a good CLS Rebels team, most of a Phoenix team with Captain Rex, some random bounty, like one good bounty hunter, one good Imperial Trooper, a couple Ewoks. Not cohesive stuff to get the whole game done, or like multiple objectives in the game done. You need to focus on spreading out your resources, or spreading out your teams to get more resources to make it easier to farm that end game goal. And I think there's a lot of videos and I don't know, YouTubers or content creators, whatever you want to call them, starting accounts to target just one GL, and that's like the whole approach of the account. And then they have very shallow accounts, and it takes a long time, and it's not as fun. So you need to have a wide base. Don't just pick a Galactic Legend as your first objective and go right to it. You need to spread it out. We're going to go over some rookie mistakes that tie into this one as well in a little bit. Rookie mistake number 3 that I'm going to talk about is not knowing what the purpose of each squad is, or what you need to get them to. Because you could just keep working on the same squad forever and ever until they're all in relics, and maybe that's one great team. Maybe they're stronger than they need to be. It just depends what purpose they have. I mean, every team has some purpose in like Grand Arena, Territorial War. Those are all flexible, but there are other squads where you need them for faction-specific events, such as assault battles, and that's what this tab I have is. These are all the teams I used to beat at least up to Challenge Tier 1 of the main 6 assault battles. Again, Inquisitor's not really worth it for me on this account right now. Too many Kyrotechs sunk into it. But for example, so Phoenix, I have them for 2. They're awesome. They have 2 assault battles. They're kind of an exception because they have tons of different purposes. But my main reason for working on them was the assault battles. So I most of them to gear 12. Rex is relic 7 for Leia, so that's a specific purpose there. But once I got them all to gear 12, I was able to clear up to challenge tier 2 of military might. And I know it's going to take a lot more to get through Secrets and Shadows, so I did not apply any more gear to them. They're all sitting at, well, Hera has 1 gear piece applied. But even though Chopper is sitting here, I could add this piece. I'm not planning on taking him to gear 13 anytime soon, so I'm not going to use that piece. I'm going to save it for someone later. Also, Forest Moon, this was kind of a wonky team I had. I was working on Imperial Troopers, but they weren't done. I had Thrawn, Chopper from Phoenix. This got it done for me, and that assault battle, kind of weird. Places of Power, I could have sat there and said, okay, I need to get to gear 13 to be able to get through this assault battle, but I got through challenge tier 2 with 2 gear 11 characters. Now, I didn't say, oh, I need all of them gear 12 or I need all of them gear 13. I just tried it, saw what got done when I needed to get done, and now I can kind of leave them as is for a while. I don't need to work on them any further. So knowing that purpose, the same thing with Imperial Troopers. They're a little bit lower gear, but still got done challenge tier 1 Rebel Roundup. Knowing that purpose and having a good stopping point, instead of just going on forever and ever, get them to where you need them to be, then move on to another project if it's going to help you. That's the third one. And the fourth rookie mistake I'm going to talk about is, and some of these are shorter than others, not opening bronzium packs. You got to open up these things. I mean, it will take a while. If you just sat there and clicked them, it's going to take forever. What I do, I'm on computer right now. I use a computer and I just have an auto clicker set up. If I'm using PC client, I gotta put it in windowed. You put the auto clicker on the bronzium, I gotta move myself out of the way, but you put the mouse right here so you keep clicking over and over again and open them up. I got a lot of ally points. That leads to a lot of full character unlocks, which leads to charge up currency. So that's the main source of my charge up currency. Over time, you get you got characters that you don't necessarily have use for, but you're piling up their shards, and they're going to lead to currency eventually. Like Old Doc, I'm not really using her right now, but I'm getting a lot of drops from her from those bronzium packs, which is going to lead to a lot of charge up currency when I decide to convert it. Right now, there's not enough. I wouldn't have her to 7 stars yet, but definitely bronzium packs, well worth opening once in a while. Just set the auto clicker, leave the room, come back in a half hour. It's worth it. And the fifth rookie mistake I'm going to talk about is not going to the web store daily for the free pack. So you can get there. This is the URL, but I just Google Galaxy of Heroes web store, and I have a tab open on my phone permanently. Just go refresh it. They have different stuff each month. This month you get a couple of Gungan shards when you open it, between 50 and 100 of a bunch of different energy. It's not all of them. You get one of them, and it'll tell you it's now yours. And then you go back to the game. If you were in it, it's going to tell you got logged in somewhere else. You got to reload. But when you get back in, you're going to have that extra energy. And once my game has reloaded, I go in. There we go, 50 energy. And make sure you're just not above the cap. And then if you use the PC client, every day when you log in, there's going to be another free pack right next to the Hyperdrive bundle if you haven't bought the Hyperdrive bundle. But once you get it, it disappears. So that's 2 free extra energy bundles. And while we're at it, another mistake is not getting the free energy every day. So the default time to get them, I think, is noon at 6 o'clock and 9 p.m. Your local time. Then if you change your arena pay daily refresh, that's going to alter. Like for me, I get them at 8 a.m., 2 p.m., and 5 p.m. So just remember to log in. I don't always get it. I do forget it, or sometimes I'm not able to, but that extra energy really adds up fast. It makes an enormous difference over the life of an account. Rookie mistake number 6 is ignoring a resource income stream just because no one talks about it. And one of the best examples of this I can think of is the light side fleet challenges. So everyone focuses on dark side ships to get your executrix, so you can get those ability mat challenges, which have Zetas, and that might be the most important. But you still need to get light side ships to level up or star up your home one in endurance, so you can get these other challenges. Because shipbuilding materials, or fleet credits as people casually refer to them, very important. These are hard to come by. Training materials, you're not going to get anywhere with fleets if you don't have all of these balanced. And I reviewed a roster that just did not have any light side ships. They were just non-existent. It was a very strange account. It was an experienced player, which is funny because it's like I would expect someone that didn't know what they were doing to do that, but they were just ignoring it, and I thought their account was suffering from it. So just because no one talks about it, you still need to focus on those income sources. So that's number 6. Mistake number 7 I want to talk about is thinking that power in the Star Wars universe or in the movies translates to power in the game. So one of the prime examples right now is Darth Sidious. He is not good. If you think in terms of Star Wars lore, he's one of the most powerful Sith to ever live. He's in his prime before he got electrocuted by Mace Windu. So he should be great, but he is pretty weak. Right now, he's pigeonholed into a special raid that's going on, the Naboo raid. So he has more play. Same with Darth Maul. Original Darth Maul was in the game when it came out. Not great at all. I had a rework. I think he's had a few updates since then. But he's an awesome character. He looks so cool, but he's not strong. So he's not worth working on for a brand new player. And conversely, just because a character's weak in the movies doesn't mean that they're weak in game. For example, C-3PO. C-3PO, this is a battle combat based game. I would not think he's very useful. I would think, what can he even do in it? But he is an extremely strong character, plays a great support role, assisting, buffing, cooldown refreshes, debuffs. He is really strong, and there's several like that. I mean, Wat Tambor is considered one of the best characters in the game, and it's like, who is that? This guy from Attack of the Clones. Yeah, you can hear. Yeah, he's really good. They're both way better than Darth Sidious, which is weird, but that's how it is. So you can't just let your knowledge of the movies or shows or whatever influence how strong something is in the game. And unfortunately, that makes it harder. It's not intuitive. Mace Windu actually used to be an example of that, but they gave him a very comprehensive rework. Updated his art too. But he got a completely new kit, and he's really good now. Because it was kind of like a communal outcry, like, why isn't Mace Windu good? He's awesome. I think the next character to get some kind of rework like that is Darth Sidious, but there's other versions of Palpatine in the game. They're all a lot better. So, yeah, that is lesson number 7. Rookie mistake number 8, and this is very specific, is not getting the main 6 assault battles done. So these are the 6 I looked at earlier in my squads for. This is kind of the exception, like I was talking about, because Inquisitors require a lot of Chirotech. But the big thing is you get Chirotech from Challenge Tier 1. So getting Challenge Tier 1 done of all 6 easy assault battles, the older ones that existed for a long time before this Inquisitor one came out, that's a mistake. You need to get those rounded out factions, and that is Sith, Rebel. There's either Sith or First Order one. It's either Rebels or Clones. It's either Night Sister or Phoenix. On the other, it is either Imperial Troopers or Bounty Hunters. And there's a few others. I feel like I'm listing off too much and people won't catch it. But I just had the squad shown here earlier. And these is like 3 or 4 teams, really. I mean, Jedi are the only one-off I have. Emperor Palpatine, Darth Vader, they can get 2 done. Imperial Troopers, they can get 2 done. That could be used in Forest Moon 2. And then Phoenix, they can get 2 done. So you don't need too many. This is why, like, Phoenix, Imperial Troopers, and Vader are so important. Jedi, Revan, or Jedi Knight Luke are really going to get it done. But you really need to cover your bases for those 6. Rookie mistake number 9 is not putting enough focus on mods and or going about it the wrong way. So with mods, the important thing, you need to hit your challenges. You need to come hit them each day. Either farm your mods like this or slicing materials from the mod battles. But the main thing we want on pretty much every mod is a speed secondary. If we don't have it, they're not great. I've seen players don't have hardly any speed on their mods. I'll look at my mods in a second on some good characters, just to show what I mean. Another mistake is like early on buying mods in the shop. These are like end gamer prices, like when you have over 100 million credits and everything, all your characters are already level 85. Do not buy these right now, or like at the beginning of an account, unless you are drowning in credits and you don't need to level up anything. These are extremely high markups on specific mods, and you should only, even if you were, you should only be buying mods that have speed secondaries, and they've gone as far as to highlight them for you right now, like this one is in yellow. You need mods are a topic unto themselves. You need a variety of sets, you need a variety of primaries on them. So Captain Rex is my fastest character right now. Let's look at his mods. I have 20. These are good mods. These are my best mods. 23 speed, 17 is not bad, 18 is not bad, 16. Speed arrows are the most common thing for each thing. I have a video called Mods 101, and I'm going to try to make a video in the near future about how to budget in a newer account. But overlooking mods, doing them wrong, and not spending the energy or the crystals, you need to do refreshes of them. And, you know, there's no science to it. You don't need to do battles, mod battles this day, or 3 days a week, and challenges 4 days a week. I don't care. Just, you know, farm the mods themselves, and then if you have one you really want to slice, get the mod battle slicing materials for it. It doesn't matter. Just, you need to focus on this. They last you the entire duration that you're playing the game in the account. They don't go away. Extremely valuable. Great competitive advantage, not just in PvP against other players, but PvE, where you're getting stuff done, like just you against the game, really. Assault battles, territory battle, conquest, and all that stuff. So massively important. And the last mistake number 10, it's kind of like a returning player mistake rather than a rookie mistake, but you do need to be kind of a rookie to do this, is going back to an old account. If you take a long break from the game and you come back, or if you picked it up, you know, you played the game a month or two, then you quit, and then you came back a year, 2 years later, and you want to play again, you need to start a new account. So this is a very personal example. This is SWGOH 1.0. This is the first account I made. There was a free-to-play account. I last accessed this account 1,557 days ago in 10 hours. And the reason you don't want to go back to these old accounts is pretty much only Fleet Arena. Like, if they take crystals out of Fleet Arena, you don't need to worry about this. But there's someone I've helped coach that they always regret. I told them to start a new account, and they regret not doing it. But if you go back to that old account, it's going to be impossible to climb, impossible to get crystals, because whatever you had back then, that's what you're locked into, and you're going to have to start fresh now. It's just you're competing against a lot of people that had months or years to get the newest fleet and kick your butt. I'm actually shocked that this account is still rank 129 in Fleet Arena. That must be a pretty weak Fleet Arena that I had back then. I thought it'd be in like 500 now. A Fleet Arena is like 1,000 players getting each one, and most of them are going to be inactive, but if I got back to this account, it would be really hard. This is like where my free-to-play account is right now, a 6-star negotiator. But yeah, it would not be worth it. And like, I put a lot into it. It's 2.8 million, but it was like over a year to get that. It's kind of like the sunk cost fallacy. You might think going back to that account that you spent a lot of work on is merited because you spent a lot of time on it, but it's going to be best for you in the long run that you just start a new account and get that fresh Fleet Arena and do listen to lesson number 1 and focus on your fleet first. So that's it for this one. 10 common rookie mistakes that a lot of newer players make. If you are a newer player, hope this helps you. If you can recognize something that you might have done, hope this helps you change that in the future. If you're an experienced player, let me know what some rookie mistakes you think there are that I may have missed. But thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.